you call him? Kalavan. There it becomes as a va. Some rules, talk about it. But whether it is a van or man, says that he is with it always. And having with something, maybe separably or inseparably. See, you have a dress with you. You are a vastravan. And this vastram may not be always with you. It's not always a part of you. But this is a part now, but it is with you so that you can separate it also if you want. You remove this cloth and you can put on some other cloth. I hold the pen. I may be holding this pen today and some other pen next moment. We hold a danda. And that dandam, of course, we were holding just before, but now just we kept it there. It is with us, no doubt, but it is separable. It can be separated. But what about the color that your skin has? It is inseparable, right? So this is also called like that. So this van or man says, few are separable, few are inseparable. What about the Sri here? One is possessing Sri and we don't know who that guy is still until we reach there. But now all that we know is he is with Sri. Sri is the dominant factor there. And he is with Sri, so he became Sri Man. And is that Sri separable from him? No. He is always inseparable, like the light with the sun. Can you separate the light and the sun? No, you can't. Can you separate the color and the diamond? The glow and the diamond? No. They are inseparable. If one is there, the other thing also will be there. If one is not there, other thing also will not be there. Such connection or such, what you call that? Bondage is called Nitya Yoga. Sri and Narayana are always together. You just can't separate them. So the man, the word man talks about Nitya Yogam. Netrutvam, Nitya Yogam. And then the third word is Narayana. This Narayana word talks about the divine qualities. When he is with Sri, what happens then? There are certain elements, by joining something, few things come out of it. Have you seen a crystal, the white crystal? Probably the sodium crystals. When you see the crystal, it's very dried. When you break it, it becomes powder. Or you can take a salt crystal also, the big salt crystals. When you break it, it looks, very dried. Make powder, powder also becomes so dry. But you take the crystal, keep it in a spoon and put on the fire, then some vapor comes out of it. Have you ever seen that? Go back home and then check it. If you have a salt crystal and you keep it in a spoon and just heat it up for a while, then some vapor comes out of it. And you break the crystal before, you won't find any water content in that. But the moment you heat up, then some water takes a form of vapor and goes out. Then you need not make powder. Simply just with hand, you can just like this, you can crush it and just you see the powder, very, very smooth powder. Water is there. So heat is a factor, brings out that water. Brings out that water. And you know mangoes, right? Mangoes. The what you call that? Kayalu, pachikayalu, unripened mangoes. They make some kind of pickles with them. What they call it as magai. Not avakai. I'm talking about magai. It is another kind of preparation with mango. What they do, they make it slices. That the unripened mangoes, you know, what they remove the skin and then they make it slices, small slices like. And then they just drop them into the salt. They keep it like that. What happens? Water comes off it. Where is the water? In fact, it was salt and is a mango. But when you added salt with mango, then lot of juice come out of the mango. And the jar will be filled up with the juice. What do you call it? Uta. Uta, uttam. And if you think sweet, what happens? Saliva. Saliva comes out of the mouth. So there are certain factors. They release certain things, by addition. So here, Sri is a factor. When she is with Narayana, few qualities will be popping up from him. Great qualities, which will protect us. Not we are talking about the small things, at the universal level. What are the qualities that are required with God to protect the souls? Because we are always sinners, not small sinners. We commit so many great sins we commit. And such sins to be taken care by Him with certain qualities. If at all those qualities exist with Him, then only He'll be able to take care of us. See, there are so much dirt on us and He has to accept us. Can He? To accept a quality is needed. A particular quality, what we call is Vatsalya. Unless that quality is with Him, He cannot protect us. So is it there with Him? But how it comes? Qualities may be there with people, but they are always, in the low profile or somewhere in the middle, but they have to come up. How do they come up? There must be some factor to provoke them so that they will come up. And that is Mahalakshmi. So by her connection, the quality like Vatsalya comes up. Certain other qualities are also there, but they are described by the Acharyas in their sutras. Okay? But what we are, by seeing the Narayana, when you discuss the Narayana mantra in Ashtakshari, it talks something else. It's not the qualities. There it talks about Naras, that means all the objects in the universe, Ayanam, the supporter. See, the Narayana mantra may be the same, but the meaning is different there in Ashtakshari mantra and here in Dvai mantra. In Ashtakshari mantra, the meaning is the supporter of all the Naras. Naras means all the objects, living and non-living entities. Sentient and non-sentient objects of this universe. So He is in them supporting, and He is keeping them in Him and then supporting. That is the meaning in Ashtakshari. But here it's not that meaning. The Narayana talks about the divine qualities popping up when he is with Sri. Because she is always with him, that means he is always with those qualities. And there is a list: Vatsalya, Swamitva, Saulabhya, Sausilya, Jnana, Sikti, Prapti, Purti, like that, a few qualities. 8 qualities different, segregated into 2 groups. We'll discuss about them later. And this is called qualities, required qualities. So here Parasara Bhattar said, Samuchita Guna Jatam. Samuchita Gunajatam. Gunajatam is group of qualities, Samuchita, that are required, that are appropriate to save the souls. And then the next word is, fourth word is Charanav. So when you are talking about a personality, a great tattva like Narayana, and how can you visualize him? How can you perceive him? So you need to know the personality and you need to know the approach also. So the approach is his divine feet. Sriman Narayana Charanau. That is the place where you have to approach. You know, for a little baby, when the baby reaches mother, and if she wants some food, she has to drink milk, then she approaches the breast for her milk. That is the place where the baby reaches. You know, maybe there are so many other parts in the mother, you know, which are very beautiful, but for the baby they are so immaterial. All that the baby needs is her food, and that's available at breast, and that's how the baby goes. So also for a devotee, what is the place he has to approach when he is with God, when he reaches God? Charanam, that is the place where he reaches. So when you talk about the Charanam, that means feet. Charanam is 2 feet. That is the approach for us. When you talk the feet, that means he has a body, he has a face, he has other parts of the body also. This talks about his divine form in general, you know. So he is not formless one. Some people say, no, God has no form, God has no name, God has no qualities, you know, Nirgunam, Niranjanam, Santam. It's true. Those words are true, but the meaning is not what they say. The meaning is something different. So here, when you talk about the Charanam, it immediately reflects on the other parts of the body also, and ultimately it talks about a divine form that he possesses. So here the Parasara Bhattar says, Tanu Khyapanancha. Khyapanam, KH kada? Netrutvam nityayogam samuchita gunajatam tanukyapanancha. One line among the 4 lines of the sloka. In one line just he gave the description of all the 4 words. And then 5th word is Saranam. What he says is, you may approach God, yes, but approaching God has 2 ways. One, as the ultimate goal. Now how are you approaching God? You are thinking him as a goal or as a means. Do you know the difference between the means and goals? What is that? Mean leads us to the goal, and goal is what we are really reaching and experiencing. So, to reach God, what is the means? Huh? He himself. He himself. No other means can lead. Understand?